Hey folks, Cornell here with the last video in the Rogue series of talent tree videos with Subtlety. And I want to say a special thank you to our patrons on Patreon for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support us, that's one way to do it. You can also hit that sponsor button or subscribe to us on Twitch. And what we will be doing is once the community tab here on Battle for Azeroth is active, we will add all contributors to that list on the community tab, and we will hold community nights in stream where we will team up, raid, dungeon, progress, or just help out each other. So let's just jump on into these talents now. For Subtlety at level 15, you have Weapon Master, Find Weakness, and Gloomblade. Weapon Master is a passive. Shadow Strike and Backstab have a 15% chance to hit the target twice each time they deal damage. Find Weakness. Your Shadow Strike and Cheap Shot reveal a flaw in your target's defenses, causing all your attacks to bypass 40% of that enemy's armor for 10 seconds. And Gloomblade replaces Backstab, costs 35 energy, melee range, and it's an instant cast. Punctures your target with your Shadow Infused Blade for 722 shadow damage, bypassing armor. That's what I took. And it rewards 1 combo point. At level 30, you have Night Stalker, Subterfuge, and Shadow Focus. Night Stalker, passive. While Stealth or Shadow Dance is active, you move 20% faster, and your abilities deal 12% more damage. Subterfuge, passive. Your abilities requiring Stealth can still be used for 3 seconds after Stealth breaks. Also increases the duration of Shadow Dance by 1 second. And Shadow Focus, passive. Ability costs 25% less energy while Stealth or Shadow Dance is active. Level 45, you have Vigor, Deeper Stratagem, and Marked for Death. Vigor is a passive, increases your maximum energy by 50 and your energy regeneration by 10%. Deeper Stratagem. You may have a maximum of 6 combo points. Your finishing moves consume up to 6 combo points, and your finishing moves deal 5% increased damage. And Marked for Death, 30-yard range. It's an instant cast with a 30-second cooldown. Marks the target instantly, generating 5 combo points. Cooldown reset if the target dies within 1 minute. At level 60, you have Soothing Darkness, Elusiveness, and Cheat Death. And I just realized for the rest of these tiers, I chose the ones on the far left. I didn't even realize that when I chose these earlier. Soothing Darkness, passive. You heal for 3% of your maximum health every 1 second, while Stealth or Shadow Dance is active. Elusiveness, Feint also reduces all damage you take from non-area of effect attacks by 30% for 5 seconds. And Cheat Death is a passive. Fatal attacks instead reduce you to 7% of your maximum health for 3 seconds. Afterward, you take 85% reduced damage. Cannot trigger more often than once per 6 minutes. And of course, I chose Soothing Darkness. At level 75, you have Shot in the Dark, Night Terrors, and Prey on the Weak. Shot in the Dark is a passive. After entering Stealth or Shadow Dance, your next cheap shot is free. Night Terrors, passive. Shuriken Storm reduces enemies' movement speed by 30% for 8 seconds. Prey on the Weak, passive. Enemies disabled by your cheap shot or kidney shot take 10% increased damage from all sources for 6 seconds. And of course, I chose Shot in the Dark. At level 90, you have Dark Shadow. Alacrity, again, let me know if I'm saying this wrong down in the comments, please. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. And Enveloping Shadows. Dark Shadow is a passive. While Shadow Dance is active, all damage you deal is increased by 25%. Alacrity, passive. Your finishing moves have a 20% chance per combo point to grant 3% haste for 20 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Enveloping Shadows, passive. Depending, tongue-tied. Enveloping Shadows, passive. Deepening Shadows reduce the remaining cooldown of Shadow Dance by an additional 1 second per combo point spent. Shadow Dance grants 1 additional charge. And at level 100, you have Master of Shadows, a coming soon TBD talent, and Shuriken Tornado. Master of Shadows is a passive. Gain 25 energy over 3 seconds when you enter Stealth or activate Shadow Dance. Coming soon. There's a new talent hiding in the shadows. The Shadow knows. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Shuriken Tornado, 60 energy, instant cast with a 1-minute cooldown. Focus momentarily, then release a Shuriken Storm every second for the next 4 seconds. And then we have our Warmode or PvP talents. I chose Relentless, which replaces Honorable Medallion. It's a passive. Duration of incoming crowd control effects reduced by 20%, does not stack with similar effects. I chose Veil of Midnight, which is a passive. You remain enveloped by the shadows for 2 seconds after stealth or vanish fades, increasing dodge chance by 100%. Phantom Assassin, passive. While stealth or shadow dance is active, your critical strike chance is increased by 35%. And Dagger in the Dark, passive. Each second while stealth is active, nearby enemies within 20 yards take an additional 10% damage from your next shadow strike for 10 seconds, stacks up to 10 times. Now let's go ahead and dig in and look at the other talents available. You have Cold Blood. It's an instant cast with a 1-minute cooldown, requires stealth. When activated, your next cheap shot or shadow strike will deal 10% of the target's total health in shadow damage. Thieves Bargain, passive. The cooldown of your Vanish spell is reduced by 45 seconds, your damage is increased by 10%, but your maximum health is reduced by 15%. No thank you. Shadowy Duel, 50 energy, instant cast, melee range with a 2-minute cooldown. You lock your target into a duel contained in the shadows, removing both of you from the eyes of onlookers for 6 seconds. Allows access to stealth-based abilities. This could be a lot of fun in PvP. Silhouette, passive. Shadow Step's cooldown is reduced by 50% when cast on a friendly target. Smoke Bomb, instant, 3-minute cooldown. Creates a cloud of thick smoke in an 8-yard radius around the rogue for 5 seconds. Enemies are unable to target into or out of the smoke cloud. Maneuverability, passive. Sprint suppresses all movement impairing effects for 4 seconds when used. Shiv, melee range, 12-second cooldown. Deals 630 physical damage to the target, dispelling all enrage effects, and reduces movement speed by 70% for 4 seconds. Cannot be blocked, dodged, or parried. Honor Among Thieves. Honor Among Thieves, passive. Critical hits in combat by allies within 15 yards grant you a combo point, but no more often than once per 2 seconds. This would be good in dungeons and raids. Death from Above, 25 energy, 1 to 6 combo points, 15-yard range, instant cast with a 30-second cooldown. Finishing move that empowers your weapons with shadow energy and performs a devastating attack. You then leap into the air and eviscerate your target on the way back down with such force that it has a 15% stronger effect. So that does it for the talents for Subtlety Rogue here on Battle for Azeroth. So let me know down in the comments below what you think of these talents. Is there anything that you're excited about? Is there any different build out you would use for leveling? Let me know. And I'm going to continue making these videos for the different classes and the different specs. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that bell so you know when we update new content. So for Midlife Crits, this is Cornell, and we will see you on the couch.